G'day and welcome to Music Radio Talk Station. Today we've been joined by a special guest, Matthew Pummel. Hi Matthew, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing fine, thanks. How about yourself? Yeah, I'm not bad, Matthew. Well, I've got some questions here about how your media product, your music video, Polarize, has developed current media forms and conventions. Is that alright with you? Yeah, that's no problem with me. What questions you got? Alright, well, the first question is, when planning our music video, did you take any inspiration from other music videos? Yeah, well, actually, I took some inspiration from Seafret with their song Oceans.
I want you, and I always will.
And Tearing My Heart by 21 Pilots.
But it takes someone to come around to show you how she's a tear in my heart.
Basically, the reason I took inspiration from these two videos is because they represent teenagers in a way how I want to represent them. 21 Pilots as well is also the band or the artist that I'm using in my own music video for their song Polarize.
My friends and I, we got a lot of problems.
I didn't actually take any inspiration from Polarize's music video itself because they don't actually have a music video, so I wasn't able to take any inspiration from there and learn and develop my ideas from them. I probably developed this idea of the teenager forms from Seafret Oceans and 21 Pilots Tear in My Heart because although they follow the kid around in the way it's in a very chronological order, I wanted to make mine chronological and tell the story with Michael, my actor, but I also wanted to cut to different parts out of the timeline. So with him doing the spray paint, that's out of the timeline, and it's revealed at the end of the music video what he is doing, and it actually is him spray painting the word polarize because he's becoming a bit of a rebel and he's against the system at the moment. It's what I was really going for. So that's how I took the inspiration and developed those music videos. Alright, brilliant answer there, Matt. The second question I've got for you is, how would you say that you've used any common and current media conventions? I noticed that you used some live performance at the end. Did you know that this is quite a current theme at the moment in music videos? Yeah, I know that the live performance at the moment is quite a current theme at the moment because it's nice to get live performance but also the story in a music video. So I had that decision to make. And basically I took inspiration from a couple of songs. For example, the Sex Pistols with their song God Save the Queen.
God save the Queen! The fascist regime!
And Work Song by Hosier.
When my time comes around, lay me gently in the cold dark earth.
And the reason I chose these songs to look at is because the Sex Pistols song God Save the Queen is just all live performance. Work Song has got live performance, but it's a more modern, recent song because it's got some upbeat live dancing. It tells a story as well during the actual music video, so it's got a mix of both. And because the Sex Pistols song was in the 1980s, it shows how music videos have developed over time. I didn't really want just a dancing music video though, because I wanted live performance and a story to be told, because there's a lot of hidden messages in my music video and I really wanted that to be shown. So for example, I didn't want to go for anything like Shake It Off by Taylor Swift.
Yeah, 'cause the players gonna play, and the haters gonna hate.
Or Anaconda by Nicki Minaj, for example.
My anaconda don't, my anaconda don't, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Because they're both very dancey music videos and don't really tell a story. And with this music video, I really want to tell a story to the viewer. Okay, Matt, so your music videos don't really consist of much diverse movement by the actor. And by this I mean his movements are really just him walking around. Now, I've seen this done a few times before, and I was wondering if you've done this on purpose, or if it's just a coincidence. Oh, well, before this I looked into some other music videos. Jamie T with his song Sheila.
Sheila goes out with her mate Stella. It gets poured all over her fella. 'Cause she says, man, he ain't no better than the next man kicking up.
And Bittersweet Symphony.
'Cause it's a bittersweet symphony that's life.
They're both just him, the actor, walking, or the singer as well in this case, walking towards the camera on a straight road. Now, I want to develop this idea, but I also want to use it in the current media form. So I developed this form by having Michael, my actor, doing very simple movements and not really doing any out of the ordinary movements. So they're very basic, walking around, a little bit of dancing here and there. And that's how I developed the idea, because it wasn't just straight walking towards the camera, but I did put some shots of him walking towards the camera in there because I wanted to include some of the current media forms and conventions in my work, but I also wanted to develop them in slightly. And that's how I did that in using camera work, by making Michael and his movements as well, and the types of shot I use on them very similar to these two examples. Okay, Matt, that's a really good answer there. Question 4 for you I've got here is, you've used some visual effects in your music video too. How do you come to the decision that this was a good idea to use them, and how did you develop it from any ideas that you may have seen previously? Well, I've got 2 examples that I have looked at previously as well, again here, and it's Take On Me. And Michael Jackson with his song Leave Me Alone.
So just leave me alone.
These both use 2 major effects in their music videos, and I really feel that it made them more popular because of the music video and the effects that they used. So I wanted to use this in my current media form because I know it's such a good way, an effective way, to get viewers and make your performance, your video look a lot more professional. So I wanted to develop this somehow by not using the same effects, but to make something subtle but seeable, is what I was going for. So I included some small effects like making Michael disappear every now and then, doing some framing with his hands and the drum kit and making that be revealed. So that was quite a nice little effect there. And it just gives it a more professional touch and not gimmicky, because it could go gimmicky too if you do too much. But I developed this idea by taking the effect, but I toned it down a little bit just to make it subtle. So yeah, that's really what I did there. Okay, so nice one, Matt. Final question I got for you here is the method of editing that you've used. It seems to me that the video you've constructed is in a way that makes the viewer think it's in chronological order, but it actually cuts the clips of him in different time periods. What makes you come to this choice? Well, basically, the way it made me come to the choice about the way I've constructed the video, again, with him going in chronological order in different time periods, it's like I said, 7 Years by Lukas Graham is a very chronological order song. He's going from a young child to an older man.
I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Well, I think the world is cold.
And it's shown in the music video. And the way I've developed this is by cutting to a piece of footage that isn't in the timeline, like the spray paint. And I edited it in a way where it looks like he's in chronological order, but the viewer can assume and guess what order it's in. If it could be in different days, if it could be on different times, because I really wanted to include things that made it look like a well-rounded performance and not just a story, but I did want it to look like a story. So the way I went around by doing this is by adding the live performance at the end, but I also included the non-chronological order clips, so him singing as well in the field is shown at the start of the video, in the middle of the video, and at the end of the video. And they're all him just singing the chorus of the song. So the viewer can think, oh, he's planned this music, he's talking to me as an audience. But then, so he's breaking the fourth wall there, but he's not actually breaking the fourth wall because he's telling a story and it looks like you're watching him from a third person perspective. So the video keeps cutting in and out, and it gives the viewer an open mind, and he can choose which one the viewer wants to see. If they want to see it as a chronological order, as a story, or if it wants to see it as a performance. And that's why I really wanted to leave this music video open to the audience, because I've seen 7 Years by Lukas Graham. I've wanted to develop that idea by allowing it to look like he's there watching it in the third person and he's not singing to the camera, he's just telling a story. And because that's such a modern way in music videos now and media forms, I wanted to include this in my work but slightly develop it as well by just taking those base examples and using them as a structure for my work and slightly tweaking them to make them have my own twist and my own personality on the video. And that's what I did here, the order and the type of shots I used, if I wanted to do live performance or story being told. And but most of all, the best thing was that the song Polarized didn't have a music video, like I said earlier on, and it was a clean slate and I could do whatever I wanted to, and it would have been no copying at all done. It was a fresh mind, so I could think of whatever I wanted to. I had no influences, and it's a really good way for me to just basically not develop any media forms, not use current media forms, but make my own media forms. And I think that's the most important thing that came out of there. Okay, Matt, so I think we're just running out of time there. We'll be back next week with Jamie T coming in to speak about his new song, and we'll also have Adele in 2 weeks' time from now on the phone, so make sure you bring in your texts and questions to ask me to ask Adele in 2 weeks' time. We'll now be coming to an ad break. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.